The Michigan-Wisconsin game's over. It was a 24-10 win at home for Michigan. Bryce Underwood sets a new PR for passing, 19-28, 270, and a touchdown just as Hayes goes crazy. 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Donovan McCulley, he seemed like the go-to guy, 6 catches, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Steve, big win for Michigan. Big recruits on the sidelines. What are you hearing?
Donovan McCulley, Indianapolis boy,
Hey.
transfer from the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Goes out there and gets a big win for Michigan. The Wolverines steady 4-1 right now, bouncing back with 3 straight wins after that tough loss at Oklahoma. We continue to see the growth from Bryce Underwood, and that is certainly catching the eye of commits, top targets, as Michigan is a program that a lot of these recruits view as one that's going to compete for championships again for years to come. They certainly had the recruits on campus to keep it rolling. Many of the top guys, including 5-star running back Savion Hyder back in Ann Arbor this weekend from a class that ranks number 11 nationally. And they're looking to add to it. They had a few flip targets on campus. 4-star linebacker Braylon Hodge, a Rivals 300 recruit from Colorado. He's committed to Michigan State. Talked to him a little bit after the game. He said the Big House was wild. The energy was next level. He said you can really feel the history there, and it's definitely a special place. He's looking forward to getting out tonight with the players on the team, the coaches, and then he'll have some very informative meetings with Michigan tomorrow before heading back home.
Yeah.
Oregon, Missouri, Texas, some of the other contenders. He's going to be back at Michigan State for the Michigan game, so he'll get a chance to watch Michigan again later. Michigan is certainly a program you got to keep a close eye on moving forward. Same with 4-star corner Jamarian Vincent. He's on an official visit. We broke the news on Friday night. He's a Rivals 300 prospect out of the Lone Star State, committed to Baylor. He, too, will have a bunch of meetings tomorrow with the staff. Michigan just recently offered, so they're all getting to know each other, but the offer and the quick visit shows the keen interest that he has in Michigan. Michigan recently lost Dorian Barney, who decommitted for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
When you talk to people around the Michigan program, they are confident that they're going to flip some DBs to fill that spot. Jamarian Vincent, that visit pops up after that. So I think that's one that they're certainly in the middle of it for. And then Georgia 4-star linebacker commit Nick Abrams was back for an unofficial. He took an official in the summer. I think he's still going to be tough to flip from Georgia. He said as much. He'll be back at Georgia for the Ole Miss game. But he had a great visit to Michigan. It was his first game at the Big House. It delivered. He enjoyed getting around the staff, the program, and the school again. Michigan checks a lot of boxes for him. They'll continue to push. We'll see if that resonates as the process continues. But right now, if you're Georgia, he says the Bulldogs still lead there.
All right. Let's talk about 2027 recruit Charles Woodson Jr. Yes, he was on campus this weekend. We started talking about him a little bit this week. He's a 2027 recruit, but his recruitment is coming into focus. He's got some big-time offers. Michigan was not the first, but they are solidly in this recruitment. Steve, have you put in a prediction yet for Charles Woodson Jr. to Michigan?
I did. As I wrote the primer for the big recruiting week at Michigan, I predicted Charles Woodson Jr. to the Wolverines. It's hard to imagine him playing anywhere other than Michigan. He loves the coaching staff and the atmosphere. Obviously, it's a program very close to him and his family. And Michigan's a program that just develops players all over the defense, has a pro scheme under Coach Wink. And it was a great visit. He loved it. Talked to him after the game, and he landed, and he was still speaking highly of the visit. He's already back in the Sunshine State, but he just praised the coaches, said they're good people. And when he was talking about his visit, he said the environment was electric. It was homecoming at Michigan. And he just loves how straight up the coaches are. So the way that they're recruiting him really has resonated with him and his family. And this is his journey. It's not his dad's journey, but Michigan is a place that checks a lot of boxes, certainly from player development, the stage that they play on, the support of the fans, and just the love that the Woodson family has from Michigan faithful. I mean, you're talking about a player that's as popular as Tom Brady or anybody else that's worn the wing helmet. He's one of the top 5'10" football players of our lives, Josh. And now they've offered Charles Woodson Jr. He has a chance to continue on that legacy for the Maize and Blue.
All right, Steve, let's talk about elite edge Julian Walker. He was on a visit not to Michigan, but to another school that wasn't South Carolina. Julian Walker actually wasn't in South Carolina this weekend. He was in North Carolina. He went to the UNC game, and during the game, Ethan McDowell of our Michigan site here at On3 made a tweet about the future of the trenches there, and Julian Walker during the UNC game liked his tweet. So what do you think of Walker showing up at UNC for a demolition derby against Clemson?
Well, Julian told me on Thursday he could visit somewhere this weekend, then told me on Friday he was going to North Carolina. He's been having some good dialogue with Bill Belichick and that staff. Certainly Coach Belichick's pedigree and what he's done historically in the profession is attractive to these recruits and their families. He wanted to get out there and check it out himself, spend more time around Coach Belichick. In this program, North Carolina needs a lot of help. He'd certainly be instant impact. We know that North Carolina is very armed in the NIL space, but South Carolina has been considered the biggest challenger. His dad's one of the strength coaches for the Gamecocks. Now, he was originally going to visit Michigan for the Wisconsin game and bring his mom up for the first time. Now his mom has great dialogue with Coach Moore and this coaching staff, but she hasn't been there before. He's going to bring her up for the Ohio State game now, so he's very excited. Said there's no better atmosphere to be in than Michigan versus Ohio State. Michigan knows they're going to have to battle to the end to keep Julian Walker in the fold, but he's still got a lot of love for the Wolverines. South Carolina is going to continue to push, and we'll see if North Carolina can become a real player. But right now, he's committed to Michigan and liked that tweet, and it's up to South Carolina and North Carolina to change that.
All right. Michigan fans, how are you guys feeling
put in a
about
Michigan
Nick?
prediction today, Josh? I feel like I'm cutting off all your outros. But they had a bunch of 27s there today. Joined DJ Holland in predicting 4-star edge rusher Ricardo Kitchen to Michigan today. Dakota Grant, Anthony Cartwright, they remain prominent in those recruitments. So big day at Michigan, a noon kickoff, but touching the banner, watching the Wolverines run out in front of 100,000 plus really resonated with a lot of guys on campus that could see themselves wearing the winged helmet when their college career comes.
Yeah, and 2027 quarterback commit Peter Bork also on campus. A lot of commits on campus. Like you said, Savion Hyder as well. Markel Dabney, Titan Davis, Travis Johnson showed up, amongst others. Go to the Wolverine.com on the On3 network for all the details. They did a heck of a job recapping this game.